appreciate your assessment of Trump's thinking, personal versus institutional. But I think it may have little to do with the killing of Soleimani, because the events that led to that killing are so difficult for America not to move. There were a few, I don't want to take time listing these events, but these are a list of events, including, of course, the downing of the drone and the attack on the ships. And if America didn't move, America would have lost face. So maybe I appreciate your separation of these two things, but I think it may have less to do with the killing of Soleimani. And to you were talking about, Jason, about the liberal international order. But the conservative Christians were the basic structure of America's government for many years. So how can you reconcile the two? We'll hear more questions from Dr.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's compare the scene here in our region over the past 20 years. Let's say in 2000, how much influential was Iran over the region, and how much influential it is now. Now, there is some theory that says that this has to do partly with the American policy in the Middle East, because this did coincide with the invasion of Iraq. Now, unfortunately, this is what we are trying to prevent, which is the continuous influence of Iran over basically four Arab states. We're talking about Syria, Lebanon, Yemen, and Iraq. Now, what did cause this increase in influence? Is it just the American policy, or is it the lack of reaction from the different regimes in the region? What is it? Because this is what we are trying to fight now, and it looks like it's going to be very difficult.
Fourth question. Turkey, and then Biden into the plane. Turkey, please.
Thank you. It's well, good. You talked about Bush. The son was a very good friend of us. He is the one who decided to overthrow the government of Saudi Arabia and 7 other governments. You talked about Iran. Iran is the major threat, and we all got to go with Iran and Iran. I personally think Iran is nothing but a nice tools for milking the money out of Saudi Arabia and the GCC. What we really need to do, the subject we need to talk the least about, that's the one we talk the most about. What we need here is we have poverty, we have inequalities, we have lack of sustainability, we have 500 million Arabs, 70% of them are young, and they all going into a dead hole. That's really our atomic bombs, which is going. We all keep talking about Iran. Americans love to talk about bombs and, atomic bombs and all these nice, nice talk. And then you gather everybody and they talk like siyasat al-qati', like the crowd move, let's talk about Iran. Iran, I think, posed a major challenge to Saudi Arabia, but definitely it's not a threat. I think the US have more threat for Saudi Arabia. Who want to take Mecca and Medina out of Saudi Arabia? It's the US. Who want to take the oil field out of Saudi Arabia? It's the US. Is that a talk? No, it's a plan. It's been adopted, which is they called Kharitat al-Dam, the blood maps. So I hear that all the time about Iran, Iran, Iran. But is that really our major threat? Or it's nothing but a nice way of milking the Saudi money? Thank you.
This may surprise you, so I hope you're holding close onto your seat. But let me reinterpret your question slightly, which is, how big of a threat is Iran really?
That's not a threat at all. It's a challenge.
Dr. please let him finish.
Well, he was asking me.
Yeah.
He wasn't expecting an answer.
It's a teaching device.
They need somebody to support the printing.